House adopt the 70th report of the Appointment Committee on His Excellency the President's nomination of Justice Paul Bafo-Boni for appointment as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Right Honorable Speaker, in doing so, I present the committee's report. Mr. Speaker, on the 17th day of October 2025, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, acting in accordance with the provisions of Article 1441 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, communicated to Parliament the nomination of Justice Paul Bafo-Boni for appointment as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Right Honorable Speaker, after complying with Standing Order 217, the committee met on the 10th day. The committee met on the 10th day of November 2025 to vet the nominee of the President. Mr. Speaker,
Omnia FM 95.1.
Mr. Speaker, by way of welcome address, the minority leader raised.
Yes, please, I cited the minority chief whip. He was on his feet. Yes, please.
Speaker, while the First Deputy Speaker is presenting the report, may I humbly suggest that you direct the table office to make enough copies of the report. Clearly, we don't have copies. I do not have a copy. No, but we need more hard. We need hard copies. We have only one. Speaker, don't do that. We have only one copy. Speaker, so Speaker, we will need more copies.
Honorable members, the minority chief whip is right. Copies are not available, and so we need copies to be distributed to all members of the House. Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker. We now have the report loaded on our console.
Honorable members, please. Honorable members, Honorable members, I've just been informed that it's now been uploaded into your tablets, and so that's not my information. My information is that it's now, not yesterday. Now. That's what I've been told. Honorable members, please, may I give 5 minutes for members to go through the report, and then the chair of the committee will now present the report. 5 minutes.
And so we're still coming to you live from the Chamber of Parliament, where proceeding is underway. Currently, there is a consideration of the nomination of Paul Bafuboni as the Chief Justice. The chairperson of the appointment committee started reading the report, as was laid yesterday on the floor. And there is a concern from the minority side that they did not have a copy of that report, which the chairperson of the appointment committee was reading. And so right now the Speaker of Parliament has given a maximum of 5 minutes for members to abreast themselves of the content or details of the report. And indeed, it is just a process, a journey to the approval of the nomination of Paul Bafuboni. Earlier, during the vetting itself, the minority had raised a concern, and over the period as well, they've sought to release a number of statements to register their displeasure at how things have happened over the period. In fact, there's been that anticipation up until now, what many expect to see from the minority side, and claims of a possible walkout after they have made their point. And indeed, even before today, there's been that debate about the manner in which the voting is going to be done, and whether the minority has or would have the right to even raise any concern concerning the voting, whether there should be a head count or whether there is not going to be a head count. In fact, when you check the standing orders, especially standing order 151, it clearly spells out how voting is done, how head count is done and all of that. And in which provision there is a clear provision there for members to call for head count, even if they did not have or did not take part in the action. And so all of those are some of the expectations or anticipation. Right now, you see the clerk to Parliament in a conversation with the minority leader, who, from what you see, is expressing some concerns. It is not clear as to what exactly that is or what they talk about, but it is expected that after the 5 minutes have elapsed and proceedings have resumed in earnest, the chairperson of the appointment committee would then proceed to read the report, and then continue to make that recommendation for the approval of Justice Paul Bafuboni as the Chief Justice. And we cross over back to proceedings.
To the presence of visitors who are at the public gallery, in particular our students, your own sons and daughters from Beth Barra Academy. They are led by the proprietress of the academy by name Hannah Quay, and the academy is located in the Weja-Bawe constituency.
95.1.
There are 36 in number. On your behalf, I warmly welcome them to Parliament and to this very important session of also the presentation of the budget. Honorable members, please, your own sons and daughters will be judging you. I hope and pray that you put up the best for them to emulate. Please, you are most welcome. You may resume your seats.
Very soon that 5 minutes would have been over. Technically, you can't say it is over because we've done more than 5 minutes after that directive by the Speaker for members of Parliament to abreast themselves of the content of the Appointment Committee's report, that the action is just about to begin, whether or not they would sit through the approval process or likely work out per the indicators that we get, that they would seek to make their case. And you recall that yesterday the minority leader issued a 26-page statement in which he makes some strong case, citing the pending cases filed by Justice Tokono, which are at the respective courts, High Court and even the ECOWAS Court, and also seeks to reference earlier or past decisions made by some of the speakers, reference to Speaker Lajete, reference to the current First Deputy Speaker, Bernard Ahiafo, in instances where there were issues pending determination at the court and their directive for Parliament to stay its hand off such cases. Let's cross over now that the chairman present the committee's report to the House.
The committee duly complied with Standing Order 217 and any other relevant law relating to the vetting of the Chief Justice. Right Honorable Speaker, by way of welcome address, the minority leader raised some issues. Right Honorable Speaker, all the issues raised by the minority leader have been dealt with by the committee in accordance with law. Right Honorable Speaker, at the conclusion of the preliminary issues raised by the minority leader, the minority staged a walkout and indicated that the minority caucus has rejected the nominee and that the minority caucus hereby votes en bloc to reject the nominee, though at that material moment, the actual vetting had not commenced and we were not voting. Right Honorable Speaker, thereafter, the committee proceeded to vet the nominee, and by the reports, we can see the preliminary comments made by the nominee, his background, and the response to salient questions. Right Honorable Speaker, the nominee was asked questions such as the perceived nomination by the president as reward. He provided answers to that. Questions like duration of presidential election petition, cost of litigation and access to justice, regional access to Court of Appeal, empaneling of judges at the Supreme Court, addressing backlog of cases and delays in justice delivery, judicial leadership, and managing dissent views. Cases involving remand prisoners and congestion in our prisons. Establishment of Court of Appeal for the 5 northern regions. Restoration of public confidence in the judiciary. Addressing perception of corruption on part of the judiciary. Reintroduction of electronic case management system. Appointment of judges and judicial independence. Curbing public suspicion of executive overreach in judicial appointment. Judicial reforms and institution of development. Propriety of proceedings with the vetting process. Case management and judicial administration. Right, Honorable Speaker, I will urge the Hansard Department to capture the entire report as having been read, and I would read the recommendation and the conclusion of the committee. Right Honorable Speaker, by way of recommendation, the committee recommends to the House, by majority decision, the approval of the nomination of Justice Paul Bafo-Boni for the appointment as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Right Honorable Speaker, all the new patriotic members of the committee, minority, indicated before the vetting that they have voted against the nominee. Right Honorable Speaker, the committee acting in accordance with the provisions of Article 1441 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana and Order 217 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, duly examined the nominee submitted by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana for appointment as Chief Justice. Upon careful deliberations, the committee knows that the nominee demonstrated outstanding competence,
95.1.
a very deep knowledge of the law, and a firm grasp of the judicial ethics. He addressed questions posed by the committee with professionalism, clarity, and intellectual rigor, reflecting his capacity to uphold the independence, integrity, and dignity of the highest court of the land. The committee is satisfied that the nominee possesses the requisite qualification, judicial temperament, and commitment values expected of Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. In conclusion, all the members of New Patriotic Party minority were opposed and indicated from the onset before voting that they are voting against the nomination